Margaret Whitman had always been a cautious woman. At 63, she wasn't chasing fairy tales, just someone kind to share her golden years. After her divorce, her daughter convinced her to try Silver Sparks, a senior dating site. "What's the harm, Mom?" she said. "You deserve to be happy." Skeptical, but hopeful, Margaret created a profile. It didn't take long for someone to notice her. Harold D. Thompson. His profile was the stuff of romance novels: widower, world traveler, and dog lover. His messages were warm and witty, and he seemed genuinely interested in her life. "I feel like I've known you forever, Margaret," Harold wrote one evening. His words made her cheeks flush like a schoolgirl's. After a few weeks of emails, Harold suggested they chat over video. But when the day came, he sent an apologetic message. "My camera's acting up. Next time, I promise." Margaret brushed off her doubts. He seemed so genuine. One evening, Harold confided in her about a business deal gone wrong. "I was finalizing a property purchase in Greece," he explained, "but I hit a snag. My funds are frozen because of a banking error, and I need $20,000 to sort it out. I'll pay you back the moment this is resolved." Margaret hesitated. But the thought of Harold stranded and helpless tugged at her heart. Against her better judgment, and ignoring the small voice of doubt, she wired him the money. At first, Harold was profusely grateful. "You've saved me, Margaret," he said. "I'll never forget this." But then his messages became infrequent. Days turned into a week, and Margaret's concern grew. Finally, he contacted her. "Made it back to the States," he said. "Can we meet in New York? I'll have the money for you then." Margaret, desperate for closure, booked a train ticket. When she arrived at the designated cafe in New York, she spotted him just as his picture promised, silver-haired and dignified. But something was off. Harold's smile seemed forced, his movements hurried. "Margaret," he said, taking her hand, "you have no idea how much you mean to me. But I've run into another issue." Before he could finish, a woman stormed up to their table. "Harold, or should I say, James," she spat. "Still spinning tales, I see." Margaret's stomach dropped. The woman, who introduced herself as Clara, explained that Harold had scammed her two same story, different details. Embarrassed and heartbroken, Margaret left the cafe, vowing to report him to the authorities. When she returned home, Margaret confided in her daughter, who encouraged her to report the incident to the FBI's fraud division. They discovered Harold was part of an international scamming ring. Though her money was lost, Margaret found solace in helping authorities shut down the operation. Months later, she reluctantly gave online dating another shot, this time with ironclad rules. Video calls only, no financial discussions, and full transparency with her daughter. It was on a brisk December afternoon that Margaret received a message from Peter, a retired math professor. He wasn't flashy or smooth-talking, but he was kind, funny, and most importantly, real. On their first date, Peter brought her a potted orchid and shared stories about his years teaching high school. There were no grand promises, no whirlwind romance, just an honest connection. This time, Margaret knew her heart was in safe hands. Comment below on this situation. Have you ever been a victim of scamming? Or do you know someone who has been a victim of scamming? Share some of your stories with us. We would be grateful. In the meantime, head on over to our website, thesenior.ing.com, for more tips and stories in this exciting dynamic world of senior dating. Have a happy life.